Today on Scotty and Rico Make a Podcast. Captain America has great action sequences. Iron Man has great comedy. Guardians of the Galaxy has great scenery. Like all these things that these movies that did really well, and Black Panther took those elements.
It puts you in a weird space because it does make you feel a little psychotic at one point or another when you're watching it.
Luke Cage maintained being a badass, and if anything, he became more of a badass.
I would love to see a Wolverine Deadpool movie, but done by the MCU.
How does a DC train and you see them working out? How does Marvel train and they're reading comic books? All right, welcome to episode number 18.
Welcome back, everybody.
We're going to be talking about the whole Kavanaugh scandal. No, wait, that was what we originally were going to talk about, but that's overdone.
Yeah, I think we need to not get enraged.
To take a break from that story for a while.
Okay, yeah. I mean, none of that it does need to be talked about, and you're right to be enraged, or if you are. If you're not, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Nope. So. Instead, let's talk about Marvel and everything great of making it marvelous.
This intro sounds so bad. It's like, oh, we're not going to talk about important things. We're going to talk about things that entertain us and keep us away from all the
madness.
But you know what? That's part of self-care. We deal with all this stuff every day, all day long, and then it's like, you know what? Just take a minute to talk about something that doesn't hurt your brain and heart.
That's right.
So,
all right.
I also want to apologize. Last week I was falling asleep during the first half until the coffee kicked in. So I wasn't sick and I wasn't dying. I'm okay. Just for the ones that reached out to ask me if I'm okay.
Now,
I am okay.
I am healing fine. I just
nobody cares about your stupid finger. Okay,
yeah, so
just kidding.
Just letting everybody know that I had an incident with a mandolin, which is the cooking utensil, not the instrument.
I was told that you misspelled it, and that's what threw everybody off, because I guess one's with an E at the end and the other one's not.
Oh, my God.
So,
all right, well, let me just
Nazi.
put it out there that it's the cooking utensil, and I almost sliced my finger off with it. So it comes with an attachment.
And instructions not to do that.
And then use it. I highly recommend using that piece, even if it's annoying. So let's get that out of the way. And then the other thing is the band today on the podcast is a band RYFT. It's RYFT. You can find them on Reverb Nation as well as Facebook.
They have a show coming up, right?
Yeah, they're playing at O'Malley's on the 27th. It's a Halloween party.
I'm going to be there, and I'm going to get my costume ready.
Nice. Are you going to do Bob's Burgers again? The Archer's Burgers?
No. It's over and done. That was so last year, Scotty. That was
all
so
right.
last year. That's
what? Okay, idea. I'm just going to throw this out. I'm Rick, you're Morty.
Oh, that would be pretty good. You want to do it?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to have to shave.
I'm going to have to get gray hair. Done. Okay, next. All right. So,
well,
yes.
He's got orange blue hair. No?
Well, Morty does. Look at the picture right behind you.
He's got gray hair?
Look at someone gave us a picture of Rick and Morty being chased by a Star Destroyer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I look
it's kind of bluish.
Like, yeah, it's blue. Yeah, you're right. So you're going to dye your hair blue?
Maybe.
I think they have a wig. I think I see.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
All right. So, so they have that show on the 27th. It's a Halloween show, and the band members we have Nick on vocals, Craig on guitar, Thomas on drums, and me. I'm playing bass.
Oh.
So I am now in this band.
That came out of left field. I thought you were introducing this band, and
surprise.
In the band. Surprise.
I quit you and I joined the band.
Oh man. Well, you know what? I can be your side hoe project.
That's right.
So
I like it.
It's okay.
Yeah. So that's cool. Check that song out. And yeah. All right. So I want to talk about some Marvel stuff because
you've been wanting to talk about this for a while, and we did a show on Marvel
superheroes.
Stuff,
yeah.
But you were kind of lost. So you wanted to go do it again.
Yeah.
You know what we should do in this episode, though? In order to talk about these shows, you have to talk about what's going on. Yeah. So obviously, if you have not seen the shows, don't listen to this podcast today.
Oh, there will be spoilers.
Because there's going to be tons of spoilers. So, about this time, if you have not seen the new Iron Fist 1 and 2, right? Seasons 1 and 2.
Yep.
Daredevil 1 and 2.
Yep.
The Punisher.
Yep.
Jessica Jones 1 and 2.
Yep.
And
Luke Cage
1 and 2.
Yep.
Anything else that I'm missing?
Well, I'm going to talk about...
The Defenders.
There is the Defenders, but also I finally saw some of those other movies that I hadn't caught up yet. Like I saw Black Panther finally.
Oh, okay, cool.
Deadpool 2. I saw Infinity War.
Yeah. So if you're not caught up in the Marvel stuff, save this episode for another time. Come back, and you can shoot us a Facebook message later telling us what you thought and whatever we're discussing. So I'll see you guys later if you're not sticking around.
All right, so now that we have the people that are already caught up or have finally caught up, let's talk about Deadpool 2.
Okay.
Because I didn't see it in theaters, and I waited until it was on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I rented it. I ended up watching it 5 times.
You really liked it.
Yeah, I really liked that movie.
Okay. I really liked it too. I thought, for the first 5 to 10 minutes, I was like, oh no, I wasn't really digging it. I was not. For some reason or another, they're redoing everything again. Like all
the same jokes.
Sequels are callbacks to old.
Right.
Like it seemed like more of the same. But I think like 15, 20 minutes in, it started shifting, and I thought it was really good. Like,
I had to say that I was caught, like the moment with the whole thing with the gasoline and blowing himself up, and the finger to Logan. Although I never saw Logan, so I mean I understand the reference, but it didn't really hit me.
Oh, when are you talking about the end of the movie?
No, in the beginning, he has this thing of Logan like impaled on a stick as one of his things on his table, and I'm like,
you didn't know what that was. That was at the end of the Wolverine its origin story.
Oh,
he fights Deadpool, which Ryan Reynolds did a great job doing Deadpool in that movie.
Yeah,
the movie itself was kind of derailed at one point or another. I thought it started out pretty good, but anyway, at the end he impales him with these 2 swords that come out of his wrists. Something like that.
Oh, he cuts off Deadpool's head at the end of that movie.
Yeah, his head falls off to the ground, and there's a cutscene actually. They have 2 alternate endings where the head just goes shh, like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I meant like
he puts
be
his
quiet.
fingers,
yeah, something like that. Not a fingertip, but like it goes like shh. I don't remember exactly, but it was to that extent where it's like telling you he's still alive.
Right. Well, with Deadpool, you can basically dismember him and he grows back. Which did you bring up the question? If he's cut in half, will he have 2 Deadpools? Like, or which side comes back?
Yeah, I think we
asked that question.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
but, I think the one with the head would probably come back, right?
Yeah, it makes more sense.
If it needs to make sense, because like it's a comic, so it doesn't really need to make sense.
Because in the movie Deadpool 2, he actually gets ripped in half by Juggernaut.
Yeah,
which
that was pretty cool.
Juggernaut
scene.
Was awesome in that movie.
Yeah, which is also a call to the Hulk splitting Wolverine in half.
Oh, from the comic.
From the comic.
Yeah,
he splits him in half, which it was a pretty epic comic book. So
speaking of callback, here's a callback to our previous episode where you mentioned with Deadpool making fun of Superman and Batman and Martha, and when Wade Wilson comes home and he's late, and one of the excuses was something about fighting someone, and his name was mom's name was Martha too.
Yeah. He called. They make a reference to it. I like that he pokes a lot of jokes at Cable because he's also Thanos.
Right.
Thanos.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, cool it, Thanos.
Yeah.
Because what's that actor's name? Jeez.
Jeff Brolin.
Yeah. Josh.
Josh Brolin.
Yeah. And so it was a great movie. I think. The greatest part of that movie, and again, if you're still sticking, don't stick around any longer, is...
Why are you here still?
Yeah, why are you still? Go away. Last warning. It's when the X-Force, he puts together the team.
Yeah.
And then they just all die. Like, it's just so perfect.
Well, I knew Brad Pitt was in the movie because of Douglas movies.
Uh-huh.
And they mentioned it.
I mean, he's in
it for 2 seconds, literally 2 seconds. And you see his face, and he's like, "Oh my god, that's crazy!"
Yeah, that's it. He was the invisible guy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was a great scene. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, it was. I was just dying, cracking up. That was one of those. I rarely crack up like that, like where it's like you're uncontrollably laughing really hard.
Yeah.
And when we went to see it, we had someone this guy that was by himself, and he was just cracking up like thunderously, like looking at me and laughing. Like I'm like, all right, dude,
join in.
Like he's like literally laughing. I'm like, yeah, it's funny. Like, it was a little awkward, but it was,
yeah. He's looking to make a connection.
It was really funny.
I enjoyed that movie a lot. Now, which takes me to the next movie, which I liked it. I guess was Black Panther.
You liked it, I guess.
I couldn't really get into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that movie.
Tell me, what did you like about the movie a lot?
I like the whole concept of this whole other kind of society or something like that that just is completely independent from the world, cut off, and then they have this, like, you know, this power that, like, they've been holding on to and you know, deciding if they want to join the rest of the world. The Black Panther suit is pretty awesome. Like, the builds kinetic energy, throws it back. As far as superheroes, he's got, like, really cool powers, you know?
Yes.
So, and I also like that it just tied into the storyline. Like, some of my favorite characters in that movie was Johari. I forget the names of the tribes, but the leader of the other tribe, the leader of the tribe that stays in the mountain, M'Baku, that's his name.
Yeah.
He was one of my favorite characters in that movie, where he was tough and he wanted to, you know, rule, but at the same time he was good. And there was a joke in there where, you know, the FBI, the CIA agent.
Martin Freeman. I don't remember his name in the movie, but it's Martin Freeman.
Yeah, so Martin Freeman, he joins them and he tries to talk, and he starts barking at him, and to shut him up, and he says, like, I'm going to feed you to my children. And then you see his face, and he's like, it's, you know, we're vegetarian or something.
Yeah.
So that cracked me up really good. So I thought I like that they're continuing the whole comedy, not cheesy comedy, is well put into the movies. And it was just a different world. I like that it was a different, you know, idea. As far as
from you explaining everything, I think the thing for me about this movie was it did have great features, but it's nothing that I felt was new. Captain America has great action sequences. Iron Man has great comedy. Guardians of the Galaxy has great scenery.
Right.
Like, all these things that these movies that did really well, and Black Panther took those elements to make their movie, which was good. That's why I'm like, I didn't hate the movie. I liked the movie, but I wasn't blown away by it.
Right. The other piece that I liked, it was the bad guy in the movie. You feel for him in a certain aspect, but he's trying to. He has, again, he has his ideal that he wants to take that power and use it to, like, liberate black people everywhere, you know, and it also, that was also part of the why I liked it, because this was like a legitimate black hero from Africa that wasn't your typical stereotyped kind of hero. Like, it empowers, like, this idea, you know, of, like, that Africa is not just some, like, backwards, you know, continent and everything like that. Because if you look at the history, there were many empires, there were many, you know, and that's not the view that's really known here in the U.S. So to me, it had, like, a really, really strong social background to it. Like, the women fighters in that, they were awesome and strong, and they were part of the society. You know what I mean? Like, it just had a lot of social, underlying social connotations in it. That I thought that were really great to bring up in a movie.
Well, I know it's not a Marvel thing, but they had this movie, Crazy Rich Asians, out now, and not to say that this is the movie to make Asians all look great, but it was great to see a cast of Asians leading a movie and being successful.
Right.
And then I look at Black Panther. And that was one of the things about the movie when it came out, is how successful it was.
Yeah, and it was directed by, you know.
Yeah.
So it was like, just overall, it just had, like, a really good social, to me.
Yeah, that part was great. The story was good. If someone were to ask me, should I see Black Panther, the answer is yes.
Yes.
Was it one of my top 10 Marvel movies?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and you're entitled to your opinion. You're wrong, but you're entitled to your opinion. Just, yeah, no, I mean, I saw that movie like 3 times. I left hyped when I left the theater.
It's on Netflix, so
it's on.
Maybe I should go back and watch it.
Yeah, I left the theater hyped, and I was like, you know, it was so cool, like, for me.
Did you want to jump off cars?
Yeah, I was like, I was just, I was like, Wakanda forever. Like, I just kept.
So
it's funny.
All right, so the next thing I want to lead into is a show that you and Brett were talking about, and it took me a while to watch it, and I finally did, called Legion. And I watched the whole first season.
Oh, okay, cool. What'd you think?
Awesome.
Okay, good. That one's a divisive show as well.
Yeah. It's a thinker.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
It's definitely done extremely artistic, and there's some confusing moments in there.
Oh, yeah. I'm still confused as to what's going on, but I still enjoyed it a lot. Like, it kind of came together, but I was still pretty. Also, spoilers for Legion. We didn't add that in there. Leave.
Leave now.
Leave now. Legion 2. Yeah, that one, it kind of came together at the